Hello, my beautiful and amazing people. It's your girl Rachel K, and we are live with another exciting episode of Ladies with Stories. And today is going to be an interesting episode, guys. So stay glued and go nowhere. We are live. We are live. If you are live here, please kindly comment in the section box. Let's know where you are viewing from. We are live. Please drop a comment in the section box. Let us know you're live and let people know that we are live. Welcome to today's episode of Ladies with Stories with Rachel K. We are live. Please tell somebody we are live. If you're here and you're viewing, tell them we're live on Instagram, we're live on LinkedIn, and we're live on Facebook. So kindly drop a comment, let me know you are viewing and where you are viewing from. This is me airing from the beautiful city of Tulsa this afternoon in Oklahoma, United States. So please let me know where you are viewing from, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and share those flyers again to people so they know we are live. Welcome to today's episode of Lois. How was your day? Did you have a great day today? Hello, patients. Good evening. How are you doing? How is Kaduna this afternoon or this evening? Hello, Jojo. How are you? How was work? Welcome to today's episode. Please kindly share this with people. How is Atlanta? Hello, CMD. Good evening. Please kindly share it with your friends. Let them know we are live. Ladies with Stories is live. And please drop a comment for me. Let me know that you are viewing and where you're viewing from. Hi, Jimetta. What's up? Thank you. Our natural hair is green. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Patience. All right, so welcome to Ladies with Stories once again for our first timers on the show. This is a platform where we inspire each other. We inspire women through the sharing of true life stories, experiences, and any other thing that we can share that is a story. We share that so you can be inspired and empowered to succeed. We believe in the power of stories as it is a magnet of our emotions and connects well with every part of us. And if you can succeed, I can succeed. If you can share your journey with me, I should be able to, learn from your journey and succeed just the way you did or better than you did because we ought to be better every day. So that is why we have Ladies with Stories. And today's episode is an amazing and fantastic one because we haven't had that before. And it is just an idea for us to connect with one another, to know how this thing operates. How do we, get to inspire each other? We look at people sometimes and I'm like, oh, I want to be like you. I just want to be like you. It's either I want to be like you because I like the way you speak, I like the way you dress, I like your audacity, I like your confidence. And I just thought, okay, fine. If we can bring these people that we see as our role models, come on, why not? Why don't we just have a conversation, a lovely conversation with them? And guess what? You tagged them. I reached out to them. They agreed and they will be on the show tonight, guys. So I'm so excited because your inspirational women are my own inspirational women. They are ladies with stories, inspirational women. Some of them have been with us through the journey from when we started, when we had our shabby networks, and they were there, they shared their stories are on the page. So if you are new and you have an inspirational woman that you tagged, you can as well go and check through. We've had some of them on the show. They shared their true stories, their personal stories with us, because today I'm not sure we'll be talking about their personal lives. We're not here for stories today about their personal lives, but we're just going to rub minds and learn from their experiences. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's good to have everyone on the show. So, while we wait for our inspirational women to be on set, we're going to have 10 of them on set. 8 of them, sorry. It's kind of like really exciting for me today because I want us to learn. I want us to be close to our inspirational women. So, if you have questions, please go ahead and start dropping your questions for any woman that you have today. Drop your questions. Kaduna is about to be lit, and we will be back after this short break. Welcome back, my beautiful and amazing people. It's your girl, Rachel K, and we are on another episode of Ladies with Stories with Rachel K. And today we are having a conversation with Kaduna's inspirational women. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. If you haven't shared this link, please share with your friends. Let them know that they need to join in for this amazing conversation. We have some of our guests in the studio while some are having some difficulties trying to get into the studio. But we will be bringing up the guests we have right now so you can say hello to them and they can say hello to you. So, guys, with a beautiful smile on your faces and a what do they call it? And a resounding clap. Please make welcome our guest for tonight. So we have Ruth is in the house. We have Big Z. We have Maureen Inua. We have good evening. Good to have you all. Ruth, can you please slant your phone? Your phone isn't positioned properly.
Is it set up now? Can you see me clearly?
I can see everyone clearly, but okay, yes, it's positioned. Even with your phones are meant to be on landscape, but if you can try to make your phone on landscape and turn it, so that's Auntie Big Z and Ruth. If you can please turn your phones. Yes, this is okay. All right, that's okay. So, welcome to Ladies with Stories. It's good to have you all in the studio. And this is going to be an amazing and a fast conversation. Thank you for agreeing to be on the platform. Ladies with Stories is a platform where women share their stories with the aim of inspiring and empowering each other to succeed. But on today's show, we are not sharing stories. But if you want to share your story, come on, who are we to say no? We're not sharing stories, but we just want to connect with you. You are here because someone felt you are inspiring. Someone agreed that you have touched her life, and that's why you are here. And I'm grateful to have you. Just before everyone gets here, let's just have a quick introduction. Who are you? What do you do? While we wait for the remaining people to be here. So we'll start with you and to Big Z. Who are you? Just give us a 2 minute speech about yourself.
Okay, hi everybody. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Um, my name is Abigail Sebastian, but of course, I'm popularly known as Big Z. I'm a journalist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an influencer, and above all, I'm a mother. So basically, that's just all that is to me. And it's good to be on this program this evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to have you, our journalist for tonight. All right, we'll go to you, Ruth. Who are you? You are muted.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Princess Ruth Nati. I am an entrepreneur and I am also a motivational speaker and I am also a mother and a wife.
We've got two mothers in the house, our motivational speakers. So today we are in for it. We're going to be hearing motivations for the future after April is just starting. Thank you for being on our platform. All right, we'll be going to Miss Maureen. Okay, she's away. All right, so just while we okay, she's back. All right, and we have Ava Johnson in the studio. Ava of Impact. Good evening. Good to have you again on Laws.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your phone needs to be repositioned. It's kind of not properly fixed.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. You said, is it fine now?
Yep, it's fine now. Thank you for being on Lois. It's a delight to always have you on Lois. We were doing some introductions before you came in. So it's just about you introducing yourself and just a 2 minute speech of who you are. But before we get to you, I'm just going to ask Maureen who she is and what she does. So who are you?
So I don't know if you can all hear me. Sorry, a call came in. Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yes. My name is Maureen, known as Maureen, but I'm Maureen Joseph. My marriage name. I'm a mom and a health professional and an entrepreneur, a content creator as well. And I'm also trying to launch my own brands. I'm a cook as well and all that. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. And I hope we'll learn so much today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have an entrepreneur, Shan. You. Hey, Auntie Gloria is in the studio. Good to have you, Auntie Gloria. All right, so we're going to, it's echoing. I don't know if it's from your side. If there's any device around your side, Auntie Gloria, if you can mute it, please.
Is it from my son?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you. All right, if we're just going to move to you, who are you?
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Ife Johnson. Most people call me Ife Johnson of Impact. I am, who am I? Who am I? I am a social impact professional and a media professional as well. Everything I do revolve around those two things, social impact and media. Yeah, simply that's what I am.
That is Ife Johnson of Impact, our own Ife Johnson. Good to have you. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. And we'll move to
Thank
Auntie
you.
Gloria or Barrister Gloria. If you can please tell us who you are in just like a minute or two.
Good evening from Nigeria, but hello to everyone. My name is Gloria. I'm a lawyer and a justice entrepreneur.
Okay, I think I heard I'm a lawyer and a social entrepreneur, but it's not very audible.
Justice entrepreneur, actually. I'm not social entrepreneur.
Okay, justice entrepreneur. Thank you so much for being on our show today. It's such a privilege to have you again and again and again, and we look forward to having you all again. So, we have just Alheri and Karen that are not on today's set, but we're just going to move quickly into today's activity so we can save some time. You all are here because somebody felt you are inspiring, or some people felt you are inspiring. So I'm just going to ask you the question: what do you think you have done, or what do you think you are doing that is making people be inspired by you? So I'm just going to start with Afe Johnson.
Okay, of a truth, I'm not even trying to sound humble. I don't know what exactly it is that I do that makes people feel like I am inspiring to them. I've heard a whole lot from a whole lot of young people. Some would say it's because I'm a young person myself. Others would say it's because I'm a woman. Um, Thriving in the space that I'm in. I've had several reasons from different people, but personally, I would say that it's a privilege and an honor to be living life out authentically and to see that people draw inspiration from my life. Recently, I was speaking with a friend and I said that I'm at a point in my life where I'm not making it my goal anymore to inspire others because I feel like inspiration should be drawn. It's not something that I should give, it's something that people should um, infer or draw from my life. So it's not something that I give to others, it's something that people get from my life. And yeah, I think it differs for different people, but I would say it's an honor to be a young person, a young woman, doing the things that I do in the social impact and media space. So maybe the audience should answer that question, or they'll be able to answer it better. But that's what I have to say. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, Auntie Gloria, what do you think you have done that has inspired people? What do you think you're doing that has inspired people to tag you on the post? Okay, I don't know if you heard me. This question is for Barrister Gloria. Can you hear me? All right, fine. We'll move to Auntie Big Z. What do you think you have done that has inspired people? Is it me or everybody's literally frozen?
Can you hear me though? I think everybody else is frozen.
Okay, strange. All right, we're going to ask you, Maureen, what do you think you have done that has inspired people?
Hello, 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 everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing your message about the inspirational woman. I kept wondering and thinking, it's humbling to know that someone feel you have inspired them in one way or the other, and I'm glad to know that in one way or the other I've been able to inspire somebody, and probably someone should be able to answer that question on my behalf. But I'll say a little. Um, I've tried my best to first of all, I'll say, leave an example for myself, and to also be able to encourage others. I'll be able to say that, encourage others, and in one way or the other, I've been trying to do my best to be that example, to be that figure, to be that person that's okay, even when someone is feeling down, even when someone is going the other way, even when everything is going against you. I've tried my best to say it is okay.
Mm.
And I've also tried my best to like participate in one way or the other to be able to help young people I know. I've been in one way or the other be able to like draw other ladies like me. I remember before getting married and all that, I realized in my church then, some years ago, I realized in my church that there are other ladies at my of my age, that are hoping and trusting God to get married. And it's like the younger ones were coming and going. They are coming up and then going, getting married. Let me say the word. And a lot of people were kind of, in a way, feeling down. A lot of ladies. So I said, why not we gather ourselves, encourage ourselves, and make the most out of our lives.
All right.
We started that. It was going well. At least it was a platform for us to sit down and share with one another. It was a platform for us to sit down, like open up, and then, in one way or the other, help each other. So I've been able to participate in that, participate with the teenagers as well, and all that. So
It's a lot of
look.
inspiration. You've done a lot of things and you're still doing a lot of things.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so
thank
much.
you so much. Yeah.
So let's welcome our very own Alheri Magaji. It's good to have you every time, any day. Thank you so much for honoring us. It's good to see your face and to be loved by you. Just to ask, who are you and what do you think you have done that has inspired people?
My name is Ali. Thanks for having me. My name is Alhiri Magaji. I'm mommy to Kima. I have no idea why I inspire people because I'm not married.
Okay, everybody has no idea. Everybody needs somebody to tell us why and what you do. Okay, she's frozen. All right, so let's move to Barista Gloria. What have you done that has inspired
My
people?
network is
Oh,
terrible,
okay.
so I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, let me say something as well. Because of I listen to a lot of
I'm sorry, my network is terrible. I don't even know if you're hearing me.
that's
Okay,
okay.
it's fine. We can hear you, Barista Gloria. Low, really
Oh,
low.
okay.
Okay, well, I don't know why this is so. Do you hear me now? Because I've tried to put on the entire volume. I don't know.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, so I was just going to hold brief for Alheri, really. I can speak for Alheri and say to have someone who shows up for the helpless, for me, is the true measure of any human being.
Exactly.
And Alheri shows up for the destitute, for the broken, for those who are down below. And I don't think people even have an idea what they go through. Because I've often wondered how they even, hold it down in terms of their mental health. And she knows this. There was just one incident where they invited me to see some children, and I almost lost it. And they had to keep,
Oh,
I was now the person who was another patient and all. But they do it every time over and over again. But beyond that, also, her commitment to family is something that needs to be studied. Many of you know that she lost her brother, but
yeah.
even beyond that, her siblings had already mentioned how much of an influence she is in their life. So that's just for Algeria, and I thought to put that in. Well, for me, I live my life. I don't know about inspiring anybody. I just know that I live the life that I have been called to live. I'm committed to die empty. I'm committed to give my own. And if in the process that also helps people to see their inner power, then I would have thought that it's worth it, because I really think that people should live their lives, and it's not for sake. It's because there are many people who will not be able to find the gumption and the audacity to be themselves if they don't see another person doing it. So
Mm.
there's so much latent in the lives of many people, particularly women, who I think is the context for which this conversation is going on. And I hope that in the course of this conversation, people are able to demystify whatever it is that holds them back from living, because those things do not exist.
Mm.
And then also that they take up the power to own their own spaces, to own their time, because life has no dress rehearsals. We'll never do this again. So I hope that people are able to just live and live fully.
Thank you, Barista Gloria. Can you imagine you saying you don't know? It's just you living your life, but this small speech alone has inspired. It's inspiring. And yes, I'll hear you do a lot. Like I remember asking, how do you stand seeing those things, those skulls and those blood and everything? And you're like, well, you just do it. And it's really encouraging to know you do those things and you really go the extra for people and for everyone. And that is enough inspiration. Big Z, welcome back. Please, how do you inspire people around you? Or why do you think you have been selected or tagged to be here? Okay, I think her network is bad again. We're getting along. All right, so let's move to one of the major questions I have in mind. It's like, I actually don't have so much questions in mind because I'm expecting people to drop their questions. Some have sent in their questions and they sound really funny and lovely at the same time. But before we just answer their questions, I just want to ask, as women in Kaduna State, that we do a lot of inspirational things, or you do your own life and it ends up inspiring so many people. How do you teach people on finding clarity of purpose? Because a lot of people out there are like, okay, I want to be this person, or this is, I don't even know who I am. How can I find clarity of purpose? So we'll start with you, Ruth. You are muted.
It is for me because as much as people think I inspire them, I inspire post to what I write, and basically that's it. I think I'm as open as I could be, or it should be.
All right, thank you. Although you broke out and you came back talking, so we didn't hear most part of it. But if I got you clearly, you spoke about your write-ups that you do on your page, and that might be the
The
reason why.
next one,
Can you hear me?
I'm just an open book, you know. It's what you see is what you get with me. Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. I was saying, in as much as people think I inspire them, I tend to inspire myself when I see people get inspired through what I write, through what I teach, and through how I handle situations. Because what we do mostly is we tend to judge people just because we've um, or gotten out of a certain lifestyle or certain situations without giving grace. So whatever you've done, whatever you've achieved, and people are not there yet, you can give room for grace for other people to experience that same thing, make their own mistakes, and try to improve on their daily lives. Yeah? I think basically that's it. That's how I think I've inspired people.
All right, thank you so much. And it's really inspiring to know that we just live our lives and people just see those things and get inspired by your sincerity and authenticity. So it is a great one. Thank you so much. Welcome, Karen. All right, so we move to the next question. Ruth, you were to answer the question, how do you think we can help people find clarity?
I think first of all, clarity on what aspect? Sorry.
Clarity of purpose, their own purpose. People like, okay, I don't know who I want to be. I cannot understand myself. I'm trying to find my way around things. So how can I just be me, or how can I find my purpose?
First of all, I will start by telling such a person to check yourself. What exactly do you love most? Why are you on earth? Is it worth it? What exactly do you love to do? What exactly do you enjoy doing the most? Because in such cases, you will find people just hovering around. They don't really know what they love doing. So for that reason, they just live life a kind of way that they don't have purpose. They don't know the actual purpose of why they are living. First of all, if you know the purpose of why you are living, you will find clarity and also have a know the purpose of why you are living. I think if a person is confused or doesn't have a clarity of what they love or what they love to do or their purpose, I will start by telling the person to check himself what they derive joy in doing. Is it humanity? Is it business? In that way, they will be able to have clarity of purpose in life.
All right, thank you. Barista Gloria, what's your take on that, please?
Well, the truth about it is there is no manual to life for living.
Mm,
And I don't think anybody is ever going to, even for those who people assume have clarity, it doesn't, they themselves do not know that they have clarity. Um, you pick yourself through the process and through the path of life. And so, in terms of finding purpose, for me, I grew up in a household where my father was very committed to certain things. Number one, faith.
mm,
Number two, that you had to work hard. It was a non-negotiable. Number three, that you had to study and that you had to be at the very best of whatever it was you were doing. But there was, I think this was over perhaps 25 years ago. He preached a sermon that he titled, I Am an Instrument. And in that sermon, he said that you would have to choose whether you want to be an instrument of God or of the devil.
yeah.
Now, you can imagine hearing a sermon from your biological father. And that sermon became the turning point in my life, because he said at every point that choice is necessary.
Mm,
But again, I grew up in a household, I was born in Zaria, and I spoke about the shocking effect of the 1987 crisis. And at that time, I was barely 4 years old. But I could recount with clarity everything that happened from when we heard the sound to how we ran out, to how my dad took us around Zaria to see churches that were burned. I still remember how women then, mostly Fulani Christians, would sing songs and say, "Oh, they've done this to us, but we are not going to retaliate."
yeah.
We saw terrible things, and it affected, it took away the innocence of my childhood to think that the world could be that evil. But also because all through my life, I kept hearing my dad talk about injustice and how that these things needed to be done right. It formed who I was. So I set out thinking that I was going to be a medical doctor. But when I didn't get my physics right, I didn't have any inspiration. I just put law first choice, law second choice for JAM, ABU first choice, ABU second choice, not because I had any thoughts about whether that was what I wanted or not. I just wrote it. And thankfully the admission came. But here's the thing. The fact that that opportunity was given to me, it was important to make the most of it. Was it what I wanted? No. Was it what was offered to me? Yes. How could I then use it as a platform, not just to help myself, but to help a lot of people? And so the justice conversation began. But again, in 300 level, there was the criminal law course that we read. And one of the cases was that a lady had been raped, but there was not enough evidence. And in the judgment, the judge said that regrettably he would have to let the perpetrator go because, in criminal law, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. But I felt the injustice of it. How could you know that there was a high likelihood that this person committed the crime, but he won't do the time because the evidence do not come together based on what the legal reasoning is? So in terms of my approach to my work, I look for justice wherever it's found.
Mm,
In the court, in the
absolutely.
National Assembly, wherever it is, in my writings, whatever I have to do to get justice, I will buy justice and I will sell it not. So that sense of it is also what has inspired what I do. But again, faith is not something you wear as cloth and you remove it. For me, it's a fundamental because it anchors you. It gives you a sense of direction. Nobody has ever created themselves. So people have to be able to believe in something that is bigger and better than themselves. And my own faith is the Christian faith. It has worked for me. I've seen that it has worked for people. And this is not just because I go to church, but because it's credibly intelligent. I've often asked the question, how is it that kings died for this cause? How is it that people over the ages, there is just a consistency to the result of it that makes me convinced that this is the path.
Mm,
So having known that this is the path, then the question is, where am I situated in this grand scheme of things about what I'm supposed to do within the limited time allotted to me? That's the question I try to, answer on a daily basis. And I would say that that should also be an answer that people should seek for. It's not going to come in one fell swoop. You will continue to do it. But the more you do life, the more clarity comes and the more you become.
All right. Thank you, Barista Gloria. It's so much like you just need to find out the part and have the conviction in your heart about where to go, and you put the work in it and you'll find your way. Aleri, what do you think about authenticity in finding your purpose? When you find that purpose, how do you merge it with authenticity?
I think authenticity is everything, because if you're not authentic with who you are, I mean, we can't even begin to start this conversation. I,
Mm,
for one, don't know how I came up on the list of inspirational women, or when people call me and tell me, oh, you're strong. I see it as, if you hit rock bottom, where else are you supposed to go to? You're
yeah.
already at the bottom, you have to go up. So it's, for me, it's a thing of, you find yourself in a situation and you either make the best of it, or you allow the situation ruin you, or whatever it is it's going to do to you. So I find clarity in, after I cry, I'm not a, oh, hold your emotions in kind of person. No,
Mm,
I real with my emotions, I'm real with my pain, I feel my pain, and then I cry, and then when I finish crying and I'm like, now what? I finished crying. Am I going to keep crying in 5 minutes, in an hour, tomorrow? Or am I going to dry my tears and make the best use of whatever situation that I'm in? And I think that has pushed me to not stay down. Like, whatever life throws at me, I try to remember that this moment will never come back. This day will never come back. So when you look at today, what did you do today? Did you stay in bed crying from morning to night? Or did you
mm,
actually use your tears for something? So I find clarity in not allowing things to deter me from putting a smile on someone's face. See, the world is already evil. Do you get? Even on the streets, on Facebook, in
yeah.
your life, family members, spouses, kids, it's already evil. So why focus on the bad parts? It's like having 4 kids and 3 of them are bad. I would always choose to focus on the good kid. I used to tell Kima all the time, she can't stress me. I will go and drop her in church. Like, I have this, nothing will stress me. I don't care who you are in my life. I don't make associations by blood. No. I make associations with what you add to my life. Do you add value to my life? Do you drain me all the time? Even with vulnerable people that we help. I'm not going to come and give you food every single day I come and you don't better yourself. If I give you food today and I come in 2 days and you just finished it and you're waiting for me to come and give you food again, trust me, I will not give you food again. It's not like I have the power to give food, I'm just a messenger. You understand?
Yeah.
But I tend to not bother about people who drain resources and who drain things and people without adding any value to themselves. And one thing I've learned about life, like, if you don't add value to yourself, honestly, you can't pour from an empty cup. It's
Mm,
it's just how life is set up. You can't. Let's take for example. I don't know if I went off.
yeah, you went up, but you're back now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Um, let's, for example, all of us on Facebook, if we see the picture of this person requesting for help all the time because he's ill, the first time we tend to help out, like, okay, let me send my widow's mite. If the same thing, maybe he gets well and then he comes back, he keeps popping up every week on your Facebook or every month on your Facebook, we tend not to care about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's something we, as human beings, you can't keep giving, and then you see that the person is not using it for anything. So it's a case of whatever situation you find yourself, like, just find clarity. Society will always be society. You have to be selfish. And then when you take care of yourself, you can put a smile on someone's face. Be the person that changes the narrative, when everything is bad, just be the person that puts a smile on someone's face. It doesn't have to
Mm,
be everybody, but then you can do. think positive. It doesn't have to be that you're in this dark room and you just sit in the dark room. Keep poking holes. Try to open the door, open the window. Just look for the light. That's how I see
Absolutely.
life.
Thank you so much. Maureen, what's your take on it? What you add up to, being yourself, as Alheri said, just authenticity in a world where we have so many wannabes, like there is no clarity anywhere. People that have found their own clarity are still not yet authentic. So what's your take on that?
Said, okay. Yes, thank you very much. Sister Alheria have said a lot, and the rest have said a lot. Yes, in this world that we are in, just like we know, the moment you go on social media, what you first of all meet, unfortunate situations, terrible stories and all that. When you on the telly, a lot of discouraging things and all that. And in the midst of it all, there is, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, in the midst of it all, still we can still find something good. We can still find something positive in the midst of all that. And I would say for me, yes, we need to be real to ourselves. We need to be authentic. That is what makes us who we are. And in this world, first of all, for anybody that is where he is, whether high, low, middle, wherever it is that you are at, is a product of our choices.
Hmm.
It is our choice that have taken us where we are, that is taking us where we want to be. It is our choice that will keep us where we are. So I believe the number one thing as a human being that you have grown to a certain level and you are able to think, the first thing is your choice. Because for me, that is what informed a lot of my decision, is my choice. So I choose to do what I do. I choose to go where I go or where I want to go. That is the number one thing. So if we are able to make the right choices, forming our foundation in what we believe in. For me, I believe in the faith in the Lord. And my faith tells me to believe, to have faith, to move. Even when the storm is raging, it says, if you believe you can walk on that water, why not step out
Hmm.
and all that? So that is the number one thing. The number two thing I put is we have to dream. We have to dream. We make the choice. We have to dream. So play something. Okay, this is where I want to go. This is where I'm dreaming, to be, or this is who I'm dreaming to become, or this is what I want to do to impact on somebody's life. Yes, it first of all is me myself. The next thing, dreaming where I want to go or what I want to do. So we have to dream for us to become. We have to dream, and then we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that we can do it. Sometimes you say we reach the wall. I was telling somebody today, we were talking with my sister today. I was saying, if you are able to feel the wall, then still have hope that wall can still come down.
Yep.
Still have hope, like Alheri said, you can punch a hole. You can still punch a hole on those walls. Yes. So still have hope that wall can come down. I had a story of a woman. She was living in a rocky area, and because she was poor and having a lot of issues in her home and all that, she needed that space for something. And then she had this message that said, if you have faith, you can tell this mountain to move and it will move. And so in that, because she believed, she took that word, she believed, and she said, okay, I'm going to speak to this mountain that is in my house to move. And she began to pray. She began to pray. And lo and behold, some people came from somewhere I don't know. And they said, Madam, please, we need, there's this rock you have in your house. And this is the particular rock that we need. We are
the
going
work
to
you
pay
have
you.
in your hands, and this is the particular work that we did. We are going to
Hello?
pay you.
Echoing. I don't know if you have another device close by
Hello?
or if someone is watching close by with you. It's echoing.
No, I don't have any device here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No, I
these
don't have
people
any
pay.
device here. Yeah.
Wow.
So these people,
I don't know what happened, but I don't know.
wow.
Something is just went off just now, so it's kind of like bouncing back inside.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's okay
Oh,
now.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
can you hear me now?
Okay, so these
Oh,
people paid
yeah,
this
yeah.
woman.
Oh, okay, so these people paid this woman.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I'm sure
God.
it's the network also. So most probably you might need to switch off and come back again. I hope we have been following the conversation. So it's about what you have done that people think you are inspiring and how to find clarity of purpose. Valerie Gloria said sometimes it's just like Maureen said, the choices we have. It wasn't her choice to study law at first. It was just something she had and she made the most out of it. Aleri said, you don't need to weep over situations or circumstances. Try to find a way out of those things. So if you're trying to find clarity, what can you do? What can you make out of the situation? And that was just what Maureen was trying to explain better. Finding it and being authentic to that thing. Who are you? What can you do? What can you do? How can you do it that it will be said it is you? That is you being authentic. So I'm just going to ask Big Z before I move to Ife and Habiba, what do you still think about authenticity amongst Kaduna women, amongst the youth in general? Come on the show. Good to have you on the show, Kasham. How are you? How have you been? How was your day? We had an introduction section about who you are, but you were not here. So this is just for you and Habiba. Who are you, and why do you think you are here? What have you done that has inspired people?
Hi everyone. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much, Rachel, my friend, and my sister for having me. I'm so happy and I'm so glad to be in the room filled with these great and amazing women. I'm so sorry that I popped in late into the meeting. I had a very, very long day, but I'm happy that I'm here and I'm grateful that I'm here. Well, my name is Karen Damilola Omoyele, and I was privileged. I was honored when I saw the tagging, and I was like, oh, really? Um, being an inspirational woman, I don't really know how we got here, but then I'm grateful that we got here. I've just really lived my life being authentic and just sharing my life stories and journey. So I'm so glad that people are able to pick out of what God is doing, what God has done with my life. And yeah, I think that is why I'm here.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
Habiba, can you hear me? Who are you and why do you think you are here?
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sorry I'm late, and sorry I can't show myself. I'm in mess right now. And normally I'm a hot girl. I can't come here and unhot myself. So I'm very sorry.
Thank
Before
you.
I
Have
start,
you.
a lot of you here have anti for me. Why are you not wearing it? Hello? Hello, you're in front of your system, your phone. Where's your glasses? Where
Marketer.
all of you here? Where's
Marketer.
your glasses? Let's not do like this. So our eyes are very important. Please, let's use our glasses. Oh, my name is Hariba Gadu Benjamin. Sorry for coming in late. Like I said, I'm not in shape right now, but I'm here. I was so shocked when I saw all the tags like me, Hariba Gadu. What am I doing? Aside minding my business, I'm coming here and rant and say my mind. So I don't even know where the tags were coming from. Sincerely, I feel honored and appreciated, and I will never take that for granted. I don't know how I used to inspire people because it's only my market I used to come and say and talk about my fine husband. So I don't know which part of inspiration people are picking from that one. But I sincerely appreciate, and I can't wait to give you more of me, because the only thing I present to you is my authentic self. The only thing I give you is being real, being myself, just surviving life and existing. And
Mm.
glory be to God, I'm here today and I'm all right. So thank you very much. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you, Habiba. Being authentic is an inspiration, and that's what we're talking about. Being authentic in your own self after finding your purpose. You're selling your market is authentic, and that's why you are here. So, before we ask the personal questions that I received for each and every one of you, I don't know if that's English. People sent in questions for you. I'm just going to ask two more questions, and I'm going to ask to Ife Johnson. How can we imbibe professionalism into our everyday life? Oh, she's not here. All right, so I'll ask that question to you, Ruth. How can we imbibe professionalism into our work? Can you hear me? All right, Ife is back. So, Ife, how can we imbibe professionalism into our everyday work? Okay, so the network is bad. Karen, can you answer that question, please?
Professionalism, Rachel. We both know that this question is not for me. um, but I would try to give it a go. I feel like with professionalism, one thing that we can do is cultivate discipline, right? Discipline. I recently learned a word last week, which is called gravitas. Now, there is a certain kind of executive presence that we need to carry as women, as professional people,
Mm,
right? And so, when you get into a room as a woman, there is a way that you're supposed to behave. So when it comes to your courage, when it comes to your confidence, when it comes to your discipline, when it comes to your appearance, when it comes to your communication skills, right? These are skills that we need to help groom ourselves as women, as women in every area or in every industry you find yourself. And this, when I talk about gravitas, confidence, self-esteem, communication skills, these things play a very, very great role in every area of our lives. So yeah, that is what I can say about that.
thank you. after I put you in a hotspot when I know it's not your calling according to you. All right, so we're just going to move forward. I would have asked Bixie, but she's frozen now. Can you hear me? Okay, so the last question from me will be,
Yeah, I can hear.
what what would you want to be remembered for? I'm going to ask Barrister Gloria, and everyone is going to answer that before we bring up the personal questions for each and every one. So, Barrister Gloria, what would you want to be remembered for?
Well, on my tombstone, I would like for it to be written that I died empty because it's important to me, and that's because I have had the privilege of being given more. So to whom what is given, what is expected. And so I want to be able to discharge the obligation that life has given me. But I also thought that I should add perhaps a bit to what Karen um, you know, you
We,
asked about
we can't
authenticity
really hear
earlier.
you that much. It's kind of like still a bit down.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I don't know if you got the part about where I said I would like to die empty, and I would like for that to be written on my tombstone.
Mm,
I feel that there is a sense of fulfillment where you can get to the end of your journey and you would say that I gave it my all.
mm,
But particularly, I don't want to get to the other side and then there are issues that are pointed to me about works that I left undone. But then I thought that it's also important to just throw in a little bit into what Karen just said about professionalism and all. I would take it from the tangent of excellence, but also tying that to your earlier question about authenticity. I have two biological sisters, and all of us are different in all material facts. All of us. Our difference is as night and day.
wow.
And if you look at my mom and myself, you would actually say that I am not my mother's daughter, but I'm certainly my father's daughter. Um, so you can have all of those differences. There are people who have the gypsy vibes, and Alheri, I want to say, for example, Alheri, you're not going to have them all prim and proper, and because that's not just who they are. My elder sister is like that. When she gets into the room, she's not going to be, oh, hi, as composed as I am speaking English. She's going to WhatsApp and jump and split. But what's important is that in knowing who you are, you should be comfortable in your skin.
Mm,
Because the world already has a lot of people who are duplicating. The world needs originals. And people are really able to bring out the best version of themselves when they are repeating what somebody else is. And that's why also I think it's important that if there are people hearing us and they think that we are anything worthwhile to imitate, that the thing to do is not to clone any of us. Because the power that lies on the inside of you is enormous, you have no idea. So I
mm,
go into and people keep saying to me, "Oh, I want to be like you." I say to them, "No, greater things you will do." Because if you can see me do it, it means that you have an advantage. You already see how I have done it, so you can better
the
what I
version.
have. So this is what I would like for people to see, because again, in our own area, most of us come from a particular geographical location. But even beyond that, it's very easy to follow the road that has already been traveled. To blaze the trail is difficult because it's a lonesome journey. But those who are able to make any difference that is worthwhile are those who are able to say, though none go with me, still I follow, still I lead. So we want to be able to see more people who have the audacity to leave, to put their best foot forward. And even when they're not sure where they're going, it's okay to do it afraid. And many times, those who you see and you think that they are heroes or sheroes, they did it afraid. And so I really think that that's important for people to take away.
Mm. Thank you so much, Barista Gloria. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, oh, people say, oh, you inspire me. I want to be like you. And I'm like, it's kind of very, very big to tell somebody, I just want to be like you. It's easier if you tell the person, oh, I like the way you talk. Can you teach me? I just want to speak that way. Or I want to act in a certain way and then be a better version of yourself, which I think we all need to be because I look at most of you, if not all, and I kind of pick one or two things every day. I remember when I was doing the interview with Barista Gloria, I was shaking that day, but I was like, God, I'm still going to push and do it because this is what I want. And this is what I envision that, okay, someday I should be able to stand and speak with confidence like she does. And that didn't stop me. And I just, I just pushed myself and I did it. And over time, I can tell myself that, girl, you are doing well, and I know I'm still going to do well. And that is how it is supposed to be. Being a better version of somebody, we are there so some people can learn, and we learn from other people every day. So, to you, Karen, what would you want to be remembered for?
Thing I would love to be remembered for, among several things, is that I want to remember. I want to be remembered for being a ray of hope to humanity. I just want to be a ray of hope to humanity, and just be a ray of hope. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Just be a ray of hope. When people turn back, they want to see that, oh, Karen left a mark in my life. Onto you, Habiba, what would you want to be remembered for?
Hi. Okay. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, but this might sound shallow, but I want to remember for someone that was loved properly.
Mm,
Sincerely, we don't have a lot of love. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But a lot of us are hot to an extent that we don't even know what love feels like.
mm,
Like, we don't even know what, we've never experienced love. I'm talking about, not aside personal relationship, I'm talking about love of God, love with your siblings, with your husband. Like, is I don't know how to explain it. I want to be remembered like, so as someone that when you see, this one, love full her body. If you say her body now, love, like, she is well taken care of. She's full of love, that she has enough to give out. I want
mm.
to be remembered as somebody that entered the room and the atmosphere changes.
Hallelujah.
Like, you just know, Habiba don't enter here. Like, Habiba is here. Like
Mhm.
you can feel the joy I give people just by seeing me. I want to walk in a room and people would see me and cheer up and just feel like, okay, since Habiba can do it, I can do it. Like, I want you to wake up and say, Habiba did this thing with one head. Me myself, I can do it. So I want to be remembered as someone that gives a lot of love, joy, and satisfaction to a lot of young ladies and men. And sincerely, love is very important. Even Bible talk am, love is very important. And I pray all of us get to experience love at least once in our lifetime. Amen. Amen.
Amen. You want to be remembered for someone who gives out love. And, there is the greatest of all is love. So, what more can we give? Love, love, love. All right, Efe, what would you want to be remembered for? I earlier asked a question on professionalism, but your internet was a bit faulty. If you can answer that also, and then you tell us what you want to be remembered for.
Okay, could you repeat the question on professionalism?
How can we imbibe professionalism in our everyday life or in our
How can we imbibe?
careers?
Um, so there are codes of conduct that apply to each profession. But what I do is I try to borrow from those codes of conduct and apply it in my own personal life. And it's something that has really, really helped me. Things like integrity, things like speech, for example, communication, personal relationship, all of those things that you would usually see a long list of in the professional world. What I try to do is to imbibe it, because I don't want to be the best version of myself when I am in an office or when I am amongst my peers professionally. I don't just want to be the best version of myself in terms of career. I also want to be the best version of myself on the street, in my home, wherever it is that I find myself. And I think that that has really helped me. So just borrowing those codes sometimes and applying it to my own personal life has really helped me. But if you would permit me, I want to talk a little bit about purpose. I know that was the first question, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, especially for young people. So let me just touch on that a little bit.
All
I
right.
think that as young people, yeah, I think that as young people, we tend to complicate the topic of purpose. And most of the messages that I get from a lot of young people is, oh, how do I discover my purpose? I feel stuck. How do I know what to do? And all of that. I want to suggest you learning about the concept of ikigai. It's a Japanese concept of ikigai, which talks about just having a reason for being, having a reason for being. Such an important concept that changed my life. I'm so passionate about young people here. Young person here, please take out some time. There's a book on it as well to learn about the concept of ikigai. I think that your life will change. I think that your concept of purpose would change. And yeah, I just wanted to suggest that as well. I also would say that if you're trying to find clarity of purpose, clarity comes from doing. One mistake that I've seen young people make is that they fold their hands and they say, I want to discover purpose. The word discover itself is an action word. Discovering is an action word. You don't just sit, fold your hands and say that you want to discover purpose, or you hope that you stumble into purpose. So it is an action word. Clarity comes from doing whatever it is. Volunteer, even if it's volunteering, serve. Just do something along. And there are several pointers. That's a whole conversation on its own. There are several pointers to the topic of purpose. Right, purpose can come from pain. It's just something that you're really something that really hurts you. Do you get hurt when you see people in poverty? Do you get hurt when you hear people talk about sexual abuse or rape or all of those things? What are the things that really touch your heart? Pain, pleasure as well is another point. And what makes you happy? What gives you so much joy? What is that thing that you could do without being paid for? Pleasure is another pointer to purpose or to what you're supposed to be doing on earth. Passion as well. What is that thing that burns in your heart? Even when nobody is looking, when nobody's there, when nobody's looking, is it music? Is it writing? What are those things? There are a whole lot of things that could point. Purpose is not this gigantic phenomenon that you cannot conquer. It's just there are a whole lot of pointers that leads to that reason for being. John Obidu would say that if you're a young person and you're finding it difficult to discover your purpose, give yourself a purpose and run with it. Right. So I think that as young people, we have to stop complicating the matter of the topic of purpose and just go ahead and do something. Just get started. Clarity will come as you go. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, what I want to be reminded for. I think that was the question. What I want
What
to be remembered
remembered?
for.
Yeah.
Okay, what I want to be remembered for is I think I want to be remembered as someone who lived fully and died empty. And I say this because I'm someone who is living, I have a second chance at life. This life that I'm living now is like part two. I'm someone who is living a double life. Yeah, I'm privileged to have a second chance at life, and I've made it my life's goal. If you check my Twitter bio, I wrote it clearly that I have tasted death. So I'm not scared of death. Okay, I'm not scared of death. What I am scared of is dying without exhausting myself. Like I want to die a finished man. I want to, at the end of my life, let it be said that every gift, every talent, everything that was deposited in me from the very start, I exhausted it here on earth. I think that is something that I really wish for. But I also want to live life to its fullest while on earth and then die empty. Yeah.
Great. We want to die empty after fulfilling every purpose, after exhausting everything that God has deposited in you. That is what Ife wants to do. So, Maureen, what would you want to be remembered for?
Hello, I hope the mic will allow me talk this time.
Yes, we can hear you
Yeah.
clearly now.
Okay, yeah. I want to be remembered for someone who fought and conquered.
Mm,
Um, like Paul will say, I have fought the good fight of faith, I have finished my course, I have finished the race, and all that. So I want to be remembered as I want to be remembered that I was able to fight and conquer, because I see my life as a fighter. Because every stage of everything I do, there are points I get to that is like, hey, give up, hey, stop, it's not working, hey, you can't just pass here. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Nobody have passed this level, or nobody have done this and all that. So I see my life as a fighter. And I've always also tried to talk to other people, like try to also inspire other people. When you see it this way, it means wake up and fight it. You can fight it and you can move on. You can pass this level. You can achieve that thing you want to achieve. You can give all that you need to give. And a lot of people are watching you. A lot of people are looking up to you and all that. So you can't stop now. So I want to be that person that have been able to fight and conquer all. Thank you.
you're welcome. So you want to be remembered for conquering all the battles that come your way and showing people the way to go forward also. So we move to you, Ruth. What would you want to be remembered for?
Well, I think a few days ago, I sat down and I was thinking and talking to myself, like, what will I ever want to be remembered for? And today, here we go. The question is here for me. And I would want to be remembered for someone who is authentic,
Mm,
someone who have the guts to achieve whatever she set her mind to achieve. For someone who is really calm, not really calm though, because I have a voice. And for someone who is trustworthy, for someone who never takes no as an answer or rejection,
mm.
someone who always looks for new ways to improve in herself and to make people around her comfortable.
All
And
right.
lastly, this one is going to the many who are looking up to me. I want to let you know that age is not and never a barrier to achieving whatever you set your mind to achieve in life.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Ruth. And I think Aleri is off. I don't know if she's here. Okay. So the Big Z is back. Big Z, please, what would you want to be remembered for?
I am having a field day. Like, guys, for that break is the not so friendly tonight.
Okay, your internet is bad. We can't hear you.
Hello.
You know. Okay, the internet is bad. So this question of what would you want to be remembered for, it helps us in our everyday life. If you know what you want to be remembered for, you will actually find the purpose for why you are living. It will help you to channel those things. Okay, I want to be remembered for being um a good person. I want to be remembered for someone that gives love. Then that means you will do those things that you want to be remembered for while you are still here, while you have the opportunity to do those things. And that is just how life is. We are here because we want to be remembered for something. I always tell my husband, like, whenever I hear the story of Dorcas in the Bible, that is what I want to be. It always resonates with me. I want to be remembered for someone who has done So many good things to people. I want people when I die, they can say, oh, this is what she did for us. This is what she did for me. This is what she did for me. And it helps me in my everyday life. Okay, this is what I want to be remembered for. So then I need to live the life that I want to be remembered for while I'm still here, while I have the opportunity. So before we take each person's personal question that has been sent in, please we'll go on a very quick break so we can just refresh our mouths and rest our talks and then answer the last questions. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being with us. This is Ladies with Stories with Rachel K. This is a platform where we share stories with the aim of inspiring and empowering women out there to succeed. On today's episode, we are talking with Kaduna's inspirational women. They were tagged on our page, and we thought, okay, let's have a meaningful conversation on how to make everyone better and how to share our dreams and, get more clarity on what we do. So we have personal questions that were sent in for each and every one of you. And I'm just going to ask the questions. I think the first one is to Barrister Gloria. Bear with me, let me get them out.
Battery is 9%.
Sorry, bear with me. Okay, I think I read these questions out on the laptop. I'm trying to find them. I wrote them out.
I hope they can.
Where is this thing? Please give me a moment. Sorry. All right, Barita Gloria, bear with me. Sorry, I'm still looking for it. I got it mixed up on this notepad and I can't find it. Just give me a moment. Okay, it says, how can you help young people to be like you? And are you always this serious?
Okay, so I think I answered the question around being like me in the course of the conversation. I would rather that I inspire people to look at the power that is within them and act from that power. I don't know about being serious, you know. Um, Um, but you there are different sides to people, and so you reveal those sides to certain people, and you may not necessarily reveal them to every other person. But again, your personality type follows you wherever you are. Typically, I am just invested in what I do, so it's possible that that comes across as being serious. I don't know if I answered the question, but that's about the much that I can say.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it says, Effie, there's a question for you. Bear with me. I have dreams
Okay.
to travel countries for conferences just like you do. Please, can you help me?
So the question is, are you willing to put in the work? Because it has taken a lot of work and a lot of time, I must add, for me to get to the point where I am enjoying the privileges of traveling fully funded for such conferences. Are you willing to put in the work? Um, it's a lot. It's how you position yourself. It's how you tell your story. Very important. How you tell the story of what you do, story of your impact, and all of that. It's how serious you are about networking. It is learning how to write applications, learning how to craft application letters, learning how to write a CV, for example. It's a lot of work. It's not just one thing. It's taking a lot of work for me to get to this point. So, are you willing to put in the work? I have written quite a number of posts on opportunities, how I've lost opportunities in the past, how I access opportunities. You may want to go back, check out some of my old posts. And if you would like to have a personal conversation as well, but I would say that it's taking a lot of work and it has taken a lot of time as well. So you have to give yourself time to become. I mean, I've been doing everything I've been doing for at least 6, 7 years, but it's only until I had my first trip out of the country just 2 years ago. And since then, it's been back to back traveling and all of that. So once it happens once, it's almost like it opens a Pandora box and it just keeps going. But it has taken a lot of work for me to even get to the point where I am valuable enough for these companies or organizations to say, okay, she's a worthy investment. Let's send her here. Let's send her here. We know that it will have a ripple effect in the lives of others. So, yeah.
All right, thank you. If I said you need to put the work into it, and Barista Gloria answered earlier that she would advise you be a better version of yourself rather than wanting to be her. And there are different aspects to people, so that is her being her. Also, Maureen, the question is, how do you balance work and family?
Yeah. How do I balance work and family? I'll first of all say it's the grace of God. Um because they are two serious business. Family is very serious, work is very serious. But because I have a purpose, a plan, I am able to balance that well. I plan out how I want to do it. I think through it. It's not easy, I will say. It's not easy, I will say, especially being far away from home, being just me where I am. There is no assistance of family members. You have nobody, no relative around and all that. So you are dependent on what you have to do, like to move on, to balance it between you and your partner. So I would say it's very difficult, finding myself where I am. But I've been able to push through for the past few years that I have been dealing with that, and God has been faithful. So it's just working it out, planning it, and then just do it. And that's just that.
Thank you. It's about planning yourself and, depending on God to help you through the journey. Thank you. Karen, a question is here for you. Do you offer mentoring sections for young girls?
Yes, not officially, but it's something that I have been working on and I'm still working on. But hopefully, before the year runs out, I'll have something a bit more um, organized for this particular mentorship sessions. So yes, so before the end of this year, I'm sure you would see a post or something about it.
All right, before the end of this year, Karen is going to give us something, and we look forward to, being a part of what she will have for the young girls. And we have a question for Ruth. How can I be a thrift seller like you? If you share me your wholesaler contact. Is she here? She's not here. I think she just disappeared. Is she back? Yep. All right, Ruth, there is a question for you. How can I be a thrift seller like you? You fit share me your wholesaler contact.
Sure, you can be a thrift seller if you choose to. I can put you through, but just know that the supplier's contacts are not free. They are for a fee. Thank you.
All right, so she said she can put you through, but that is for a fee. So if you're that person, Ruth is willing to sell the wholesaler's contact with you. Habiba, her question is, how did you start your business?
This question is a long question. It's not a 2 minute answer question, sincerely. So it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. You're just trying to tell me, let me summarize 6 years in 2 seconds. And uh by the grace, I started by the grace of God. Let me put it that way. Sincerely, I think this person should just chat me up because it's a lot. It's not something I can summarize right now. It's plenty. But I'm not rude though. Me, I'm the wholesaler. The wholesaler is me. Please. There's no contact. I'm the contact, I'm the connect, I'm the plug. So if you are looking for contact, it is me. Now me be that. Thank you very much.
All right. Please, if you have more questions, we need to wrap off quick wrap off round off. I don't know whatever the English is. We need to go. And there is a question from Barrister Gloria again. It said, "How did you become successful and yet humble?"
Um, success is a product of doing something over and over again and being consistent. And that's what the product is. I think that the main challenge with many people is um,
the patience to wait for something to take root. Uh, you would find that a lot of women, young women, are good entrepreneurs. They start businesses. They will start this one today, drop it, pick another one tomorrow, drop it. Or for those who even remain consistent, they don't scale it up. So you have to be able to lengthen your stake and strengthen your cords. You must be able to ask yourself, how do I expand with what I am doing already? Um, and if you want to get into a business, I think it's important to have the why. Why am I doing it? When I came into legal practice, I was very clear that I wasn't going to practice law. I was going to practice justice. So the reason for calling it House of Justice is because that's what I sell. That's what
Mm.
I dream. That's what I want to be. And I had a mentor, God bless his soul, Dr. Milafia, Obadia Milafia. The first time he met me when I was
Okay, Barry, so Gloria is frozen. Hello.
hello.
Okay, you were frozen when, like, you stopped where you mentioned Dr. Badia.
Yes. So what he said to me was that since I had chosen to study law, that I must bleed it when I am caught. But again, don't forget that I had a father who was very big on excellence. You had to do everything prim and proper, including how you laughed, how you walked, how you dressed, everything. In fact, including how you tied your headscarf. We always used to joke about it. So with that, it became something that was ingrained in my mind. You just have to get it right.
Mm,
And so I think that people, because it's important to demystify what this success means. You have to also find out what does it mean to you. For some people, success is making money. For me, success is I like to make my money through the problems that I have solved. I don't want to make the money just by saying I went to court and I did your case. I want to be sure I've fully solved your problem. So, for anybody who wants to find their way through life, this is what has worked for me. I don't know what would work for you because, again, the definition of your own success, depends on what results you want. The humble part, I don't know, but when you have gone through a lot of shaking in life, you know that the things that you have are not from your hard work. Because let's face it, if it is about hard work, then the barrel pusher will make much more money.
mm-hmm.
Just a story of grace. That time and chance happened. You put in the work and you waited. Because that big break is going to come from what you consistently did. You would never really know that that's the day for the big break. But in just being consistent, comes and it happens for you. So, but also realizing that all that we have has been given and that all of us have not. God is the only have. It makes you humble. And then I've also seen people make wealth, make name. 1 minute they're here, the next minute they fizzle out. So we don't hold on to these things with any sense of entitlement to it. We can only be grateful recipients of these mercies that we receive. And that kind of just gives you a more, I would say, balanced sense of how you approach life and your sense of responsibility towards the opportunities and the things that you have.
Thank you, Barista Gloria. I hope the person that asked the question can hear success is relative, is defined by you, and what is your own success definition is different. And being humble, is also relative. And when you look around life, when life has hit you up, down, or it's just about what you see and how you position life to be that designs what your humility can be. So we have a question for Habiba again. It says, are you always very lively off social media? Is she still there? She's gone. Okay, she's here. Habiba, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So the
See, it
question says,
depends. Oh, it depends. Oh, one, if I'm well fed. Two, if I'm not broke. But in real life, I'm not a nice person. I'm a kind person. I'm not a nice person. I won't take your bullshit. I'm nice. I'm nice, but I have boundaries. So I'm lively if I'm well fed and I'm not broke. I will not lie to you. So any day you see me and I'm not lively to you, probably I'm hungry. So I'm very sorry in advance. Or maybe I'm broke. So I'm very sorry in advance. But I'm mostly like this.
all right, thank you. I think that is all the question we have for the individual questions. I don't know if anybody's sending in questions, but we need to go now. I actually need to go and pick my son from school. But I'm just going to wrap with this question now. How, where is
I
it?
can't hear you, host.
Okay. I'm not sure why you can hear me. Can anyone hear me, please?
Yes,
Can
yes,
hear you.
I
yes.
can hear.
Okay, sorry. I think it might be from your own side, but okay. They can hear me. Okay, so how can we collectively come together, which is the final question for today, to help other young people in Kaduna State be better versions of themselves? So if you can go first.
Did you say I can go first?
Yes, please.
Okay, how can we come together to help young people become better version of themselves? I think that as much as we can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I would say that little drops would make an ocean. I would say that it's important for each person in their own little corner to do what they can, reach the people that they can. There are people that I can reach that possibly nobody else here would be able to reach, maybe because I'm closer to them in age, right? For example, or there are people who just prefer to hear from Karen, for example, and would not want to hear from anybody else. So I think that if each of us can maximize, first thing would be to maximize the people within our reach, the people under our individual spheres of influence first, before we now talk about collectively coming together. I mean, you're doing amazing. This is one way, having sessions like this where we can all come, share ideas, talk about our stories, and we know that there are people on the other end who are listening to us, who are picking a thing or two from either anybody here, is one way that we're already doing it. I would say we're already doing it in the Kaduna scene. I would say we need to do more, and kudos to people like you, Mama Ray, that always, yeah, putting up platforms like this, Karen as well, bringing people together to just share ideas and all. I think that's one fantastic way to do it. And I think, like I said, little drops will continue to make an ocean, whether it's in hosting events, whether it's in referring people. There are women whom probably deal with specific mental health issues that I know that that is not my case at all. That is not my sphere of influence. It's not under my sphere of influence. What do? I don't say I must be the one to talk to this person myself because this person came to me. I refer a lot. I don't even have time to. I don't have time to always talk to everybody. I refer a lot. I refer people to. I refer a lot. Go to this person. Talk to this person. This person will have better insights. This person will have a better idea on this problem that you're talking about. I cannot do it on my own. I cannot do it all by myself. So I think that we are already doing a great job. We probably just need to do a lot more to continue what we have started already.
All right, thank you. We're already doing it. We just need to do more. Maureen, how can we collectively inspire more girls and more people around the globe, but specifically in Kaduna State, to be better versions of themselves?
Yes, like the previous speaker has spoken. Yes, we need to take advantage of what we are already doing to be able to reach out to other people. And I would want to say, let's take advantage of the social media, because a lot of people and a lot of things now have gone back to the social media. um, People are rushing into the social media to look for solution. People are rushing to the social media to know what to do and all that. So if we all in our spaces, can have that space, that opportunity to come to the social media, to be able to like reach out to the good number that you have, to be able to talk to people. You never can tell where it will get to, because it is a global thing. We connect everywhere around the world. And so using this medium like this and coming on your platform on the social media and being able to like reach out to so many people, have those groups and all that, just like we see on TikTok, you see a lot of live rooms and all that, people there talking to each other, people coming with their questions and all that, something that they cannot get one on one and all that. You see, like this medium now, I'm just meeting most people for the very first time and all that. Yeah, I count it a privilege. So if we can take advantage of the social media, I think we can do a lot. And also in our individual lives, wherever we are at, in our different fields and all that, just like people, say, okay, you are inspiring me, and tag me and all that. So that's how it is. So whatever we do, let's know that people are watching, and let's take advantage of the social media. It is a very wide community, so let's form a community to be able to reach out to so many people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so we should take advantage of the social media to do more, according to Ife. So, Karen, what can we do collectively to inspire more girls in Kaduna State and beyond?
I was just really thinking of what to say that Effie did not say. But I love the fact that she said referring people. One of the things that we need to do as women is to be comfortable in our calling, to be comfortable in who in our skill, right? If we talked about referring people, if we know that, if I know that, like when you ask the question about professionalism, that's not my space, but there are areas I could soar, in. So if we become comfortable and secured, right? Comfortable and secured in our calling, comfortable and secured in learning. There are people that are not open to learning, unlearning, relearning. I'm a Kaduna girl and I die a Kaduna girl. You know, there are some people that have made up their mind that that is what is going to be. And there are some people that immediately they see another woman doing stuff, they make excuses. Oh, she's too proud. Oh, she just wants to show off. Oh, what does she think she has? The thing is that I'm, well, personally, I'm open to learning and I love seeing women do stuff. So this is just a call for us to, when we see people doing stuff, encourage them, be a part of it. If you know that this person is in a niche that I would love to be a part of, I want to be like that some way, follow the person. By all means, celebrate the person, tell the person, oh, this is what I love about you, and this is what I want to do. one of the things that I, as a human being, I as a woman, I made up my mind that I don't want to meet the woman I should have become.
Mm,
One of the things, one of the reasons why people are very jealous and are very envious is because they see a part of you that they wish they
yeah,
have, or they had, or they should have become. And so, because they are not that, they become resentful. And you cannot attract what you attack, is a law. So it's very, I mean, there is so much to say concerning this, because there are a lot of people that are doing stuff and they've stopped doing stuff because of encouragement, because of lack of encouragement, because of what people will say. And showing up in platforms like this take a lot of audacity. It takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot. You just don't wake up one morning and then you think because you're pretty, you want to set a camera and you just want to stand, right? It takes a lot. So I know I've said a lot of things, and that's because this question, I feel like I have a lot to say, but yeah, thank you.
but I was waiting to hear the continuation. Then you're like, yeah, thank.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Karen. Actually, we need to, you know, do more, just be a better version of yourself. If you what you attack, you can't become that thing. So if you aspire to, be a better version, and you don't just stop at, okay, because somebody is doing. I remember someone shared this flyer and she's like, oh, I wanted to do something like this in my school. I wrote it on my journal. And I thought that you can go ahead and do it. We can't have enough of everything in just 1 hour or two. You can do it. Your audience are not my audience. That means we are spreading it across. So when we all have it like an open heart to, sharing what we know with other people, it's definitely going to be like a great thing to do. So I'm just going to ask Habiba, what can we do collectively to inspire more girls in Kaduna to be better versions of themselves?
Okay, for me, it should be sharing each other's posts. It might seem little or nothing, but I just feel there are things that my audience need that I can't give them. But I know people like Ife, Karen can do that. So why wouldn't I share their posts for wider audience to see and get impacted? For instance, I think I've known Ife for like roughly 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. But there's a lot of things she has done that it's not my field, it's not my niche. I can't give that no matter how I try. But sharing her post to my audience, I've impacted my audience in my own way. Like I've added more knowledge to my audience just by sharing her post. It might seem little, but it will go a long way, because a lot of people are gatekeeping. You have like a very good coach and mentor that you've been following that is impacting a lot, but you are trying to keep that person to yourself. Why not share it? Like, share it, give other people, they should feed on it, they should learn too, they should grow too. Like, that's the beauty of coming together and just let's come together and explore and grow and build our community together. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Habiba. Let's explore and build our community together. Share people's posts. It's not about your own post alone. If somebody is doing something, you can, as small as sharing and liking the post, you send it to your own audience and it goes beyond. And just like that, we grow together. Ruth, what can we do collectively to more girls in Kaduna to be better versions of themselves?
Sincerely, what I can say is we should respect the uniqueness of each other as women. Once, assuming I am, let's say I'm into trip business and I know someone that is a food vendor. When the need arises or a younger one wants to go into same pattern of business, I reach out to them. I should be able to reach out to them. They get to know each other, and maybe the other person puts a younger one through, even if it's for a fee. When we respect each other's uniqueness in Kaduna, it will also help the younger ones to learn from us. And if we appreciate each other's uniqueness, it will also help the younger ones to see that we are setting a pace and they are to learn from it to an extent to develop their own selves. I would say we should respect each other's uniqueness. We should learn to appreciate each other's uniqueness and efforts. In that way, it will help young girls also and also encourage them to grow in Kaduna. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we should encourage each other and appreciate our uniqueness. That way we can grow. So Barista Gloria will be the last person to answer our beautiful question. Barista Gloria, what can we do collectively to inspire more girls in Kaduna to be better versions of themselves?
Well, I think I'm the wrong person to ask a question that is steeped in gender. That's because, and again, a lot of people, because I'm lawyer and I'm female, they often call me for gender-related matters, and the truth is that I'm not suited for it. And that's because, the training I received from my own home, again, from my father, was he trained us and he said he wasn't training girls, he was just training humans. So we had a world that had no boundaries. It was a question of as far as you can see.
Mm,
And I think that it if this helps somebody, you have to remove that tag about being a girl or being female. It's very important, along with the limitations that go with it. See yourself fully and wholly as a human being with all the capacities of what to do. I mean, I can't even. So when people see me do things and they're wondering, oh, what are you doing in a male dominated? But that's how we've always lived our lives. And the world is such that it requires people to pull the stops of what it is that society has put ahead of them. But one thing that I would also want to leave behind for those who are joining the conversation is I purposely made out time to join this conversation because I thought it was important and because I have a lot of respect for the work that Ray is doing. I've always, thought that it's important that there should be continuity in this kind of conversation. So, in those terms, the collective efforts that should be done, I would say, is already being done. But for girls, particularly, if young girls and women can see themselves not as object of gratification, not as people who are escorts in this life, but as fully human, then the capacity of what they can do is yet untold. Because you see, you would also say it with even with women who have made it, but there's just something on the inside of them that keeps saying, "Oh, I need a man's money, I
mm,
need this." So those kind of things and we've always wondered why it is that a lot of women do not have financial independence or financial capacities. It's because in your head, you have a dependency syndrome. You feel that there's somebody who should pick up your bills. You feel that there's somebody's certificate who you should rely on. You feel that there's someone to lean on. But if we all bring our 100% to living and existence, then we will find that we can do so much. Now, one story that I happened upon is on First Chronicles 7:24. It tells the story of a woman called Shira, and Shira built three cities. That in medieval times. Imagine all of we are dealing with issues around gender rights and all, and how they put all the stops in the past of. Imagine what it was thousands of years ago. And this young woman who was Joseph's granddaughter, she built three cities. I'm not saying three houses. I'm not saying three streets. I'm saying three cities. And what's more, she named the city after her. Can
mm.
you imagine the audacity? And the day I came across that, it blew my mind. Because for me, I've always wanted to examine how have women acted through the years, through time, through different epochs. And what it becomes clear to me is that you are what you believe you are.
Mm,
At that time, this woman didn't see her limitations. She didn't see what the time was. She just believed that she had capacity, and she did so. So I hope that in this conversation is able to stack up the spine of somebody, male, female, because I mean the issues that we have conversed today are also gender neutral. But I hope that in listening to us, that you have been able to pick something that inspires you to just live, to live fully, to live completely, to live despite your pain. And particularly for the young girls and young women, in these times where internet fraud has become a thing, where young people will not invest in work, they probably go into prostitution, they probably go into vices. Let me tell you the truth. It's harder to go into prostitution than to go into business. Because when you look at the risk in prostitution and you look at all that it impacts on you, I would rather that you use that same energy into business because it's going to be profitable for you.
mm.
So, taking life from the positive tangent, from not being afraid to roll your sleeves, from not being afraid to grow something with tears and your sweat and waiting for it to grow because patience is a virtue, people would find that impossible is nothing. And I think that I'll just rest my thoughts there.
Thank you so much, Barista Gloria. Thank you so much. This is kind of like what a way to close it, what a way to wrap it up. And it's really enlightening to know that you can be whoever you want to be. There is no limitation or tag. Just to clarify, okay, we put the girls there so because we are talking about women and what we can do. But if you're a man, definitely you can benefit from this. Whatever has been shared, you can benefit from this. And as a woman, you can be whoever and whatever you dream of becoming. I remember days where my father used to teach us how to wash the plugs of generator and some things that are just not kind of like feminine, but we do it. And at the end of the day, it kind of like gives you that confidence to be able to do things independently. And this is me saying thank you so much to all our amazing inspirational women. Thank you, Barista Gloria. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Ife. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Habiba. This is so much of an honor for you guys to be on Ladies with Stories. This is you saying, I believe in what you do. This is you saying, I am glad to be a part of what you do. Let's inspire more women. And for me, this is a whole lot. Today is huge for me. And I am really, really, really grateful. And I look forward to, working with all of us. Let's make our future better. Let's make the generations that are coming after us see something good and beautiful that they can hold and say, okay, I'm going to push it through. If this person can do it, I can do it. Like I always say, success is unisex. You can be successful, which is the entirety of Ladies with Stories. You can be successful. Who do you listen to? Who are you following? Those people can shape in you. And that's why we brought these women here. So, you can see that they are also just like you. They have limitations, but they chose to move beyond their limitations. They keep pushing every day. And for me, I am grateful. Thank you so much to Alheri. Thank you to Big Z. Thank you to everyone that was on the show. And thank you guys for staying with us for 2 hours. This was meant to be like 40 minutes conversation, 40 to 1 hour. But it's now 2 hours, and I'm very grateful. And I really, really look forward to doing more for us and being better versions of ourselves. I hope you learned something today that you can be whoever you want to be. There is no limitation. Collectively, we can do more and be yourself. Be authentic. Find purpose in what you are doing. Don't wait for purpose. Okay, I'm waiting to find my purpose. Do whatever you are doing, just do it well and do it legit. There is no shortcuts to making it in life. We make mistakes, we fall, we stand. And yes, at the end of the day, it's going to be a beautiful journey. You will be proud of yourself. So please, you can listen to this conversation again. If you haven't learned anything, just remember that you can be you. Being you is okay. It's okay to be you. If that's all you can remember, that being you is okay and you are inspirational. You are also inspirational. Being inspirational is just like adding value to another person's life, adding value to your own life, to another person's life. It's just all we live for. What would you want to be remembered for? That should help guide you through your journey in life, what you want to be remembered for, how you want to be remembered for. This is just it. And this is me saying thank you so much. I really do appreciate, and I'll see each and every one of us on the 19th of April. We have a story right from Nigeria to Canada. We have a story in Canada on the 19th, and we hope to bring it to you on Laws. Thank you, and do have a beautiful night rest. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.